Hi, good morning, Dr. Dorgo, or whoever's creating this. My name's Ali. This is the second and final video project for the strength and conditioning course. So in this video, for this project, we're gonna do a Olympic type of workout. In the first video, we did more of a bodybuilding, static type of workout. Um, you know, like bodybuilding type movements, a lot of slow movements that worked on hypertrophy and strength training. Um, this video is gonna be Olympic type of lifting, like hand cleans, power cleans, snatches. We're gonna do a lot of dynamic type of workouts, like we're gonna do a lot of like box jumps, plyometrics. We're gonna use the ladder at some point. Work on some agility, stuff like that. So yeah, very different workout. This one is more athlete or I guess sports specific type of workout. The first video we did can be looked at more of a general workout for the non-athlete, just trying to either stay in shape, get stronger, or the athletes too. They also have to do the hypertrophy and strength training, but not focused as much. This is going to be mainly what those athletes, the football players, the basketball players, the wrestlers, the track runners, this is the type of workout they're going to be focusing on. So we're actually doing the first part of the workout right now, which is just a light walk. Especially if I'm working out early in the morning, or if it's the first thing I'm doing. I just woke up, my body hasn't moved around, you know. I especially want to do a 20-30 minute walk before my workout. But if it's like later in the day, later in the afternoon, I've already been active all day, I've already been walking all day, then I might skip this part of the warm-up in that case, because then I would have already got all my steps in, felt pretty warmed up. But anyway, so yeah, I usually like to do 20-30 minute quick walk. Like right now I'm just walking around my apartment complex. I prefer to walk outside, instead of a treadmill, if the weather allows it, but treadmill always works too. But yeah, then we're gonna move on to more of a specific, sports specific type of warm-up. We're gonna do a lot more dynamic stretches, some high knees, stuff like that, to really open up our hips. Mainly our hips are gonna be our main tool, honestly. But yeah, I want to warm up the hips, the knees, everything. So yeah, and then we'll move on to the actual workout. But that's it for the general warm up. I'm gonna set my phone up somewhere and show you guys the next part. All right, so our first exercise, we're gonna do hand cleans. This is a Olympic exercise. It's a triple extension exercise at the ankles, the knees, and the hips. So we're gonna demonstrate it. The first variation that we're gonna do, we're gonna start at our mid thighs right here. Our feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward. All right, we're gonna be gripping it in a pronated grip. We're gonna come slightly down, keep your back straight, keep your shoulders retracted, and then we're gonna come up and catch it like this. Let's do a little step by step. So first, come up to above your knees, and then you're gonna shrug it up, bring it up, and then catch it with your elbows up, and come up like this. And that's a hand clean. So the first variation that we're doing that at our mid thighs, and then just like that. Let's do one kind of faster, like that. All right. This exercise is great for any explosive athletes, any football players, basketball players that need a sprint, that need a shuffle, stuff like that. So I forgot to mention, we're gonna, for this program, we're gonna do 4 sets of 8. So I'll do one set real quick. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you might have noticed every rep there was a low hop in the rep, and that's natural whenever you're coming under to catch the bar above your shoulders. It's natural to kind of hop into it, but you want to make sure that you're stable and that your feet are in a plantar position, so your heels are grounded. And yeah, so that's the first variation. The second variation, we're gonna go low, low, low. That was reduced range of motion. With the second variation, we're gonna come start right here above the knees, and then we're gonna struggle and then catch the clean. Same thing, but increase the range of motion. We're gonna come to right above the knees, come into a shrug, and then catch it, just like that. So same thing, you'll be 4 sets of 8. Come a little lower. When you're coming up, make sure you shrug, and then go low and catch the ball. The main thing is, from the point that you're shrugging it up to when you're catching it, the amount of distance that the bar travels, the less is better, if that makes any sense. So that way the bar isn't really moving that much, you're just dropping down under and catching it. And that's how you build explosive load. Alright. So that's our second variation. For the third variation, I'm gonna put on some weight because we're gonna start from the ground. So we're gonna cut the video and then start back up. The third and last variation of hand cleans or power cleans. Hand cleans are the ones that you start on top with limited range of motion. This right here, we're gonna start from the ground. The movement is the exact same, but we're starting from the ground. Typically, they call this a power clean. So yeah. Oh, also I forgot to mention before, bring the camera a little closer, but whenever you're gripping it, you wanna make sure that you're just about shoulder width grip. I like to measure off of this line right here. If you're a wider fella, you could kind of use your thumb and then go out there. Or if you're more comfortable with a narrower position, then you could line it up with your, I don't know what this is called, but this right here. But anyway, everything's the same, feet shoulder width apart. Make sure your back is flat, shoulders retracted, and then you're just gonna explode up, shrug, and then catch it. Same thing. So let's do one full speed, like that. Just make sure that whenever you're starting your rep, that you're exploding up from your legs. You don't wanna stand up with your back first. It's gonna mess up your back, just like a deadlift. The starting movement is just like a deadlift, and then it goes into a hand clean, just like that. All right, you might have noticed that rep was not good. What I did wrong was the bar was too far away from my body. You wanna make sure that you keep the bar super close to your body, so that way your center of gravity is not messed up. On that rep before, the bar was out here, so I kind of had to use my arms, and you don't want to do that. Let's do a couple more reps. All right, that's a wrap on power cleans. Again, this exercise is great for building explosivity. It's gonna help with jumping higher, running faster, all that. It's a really good staple Olympic lift. So yeah, that's it for this. We can cut the video. All right. So the second exercise of our Olympic lift modality is clean push. So this one is going to work on your vertical power. Pretty much the starting position is the exact same as power cleans that we did before. So grip the ball, shoulder lift, maybe a little bit wider. And the first variation we're doing is like the hip cleans. We're going to start at our mid thighs right here, and we're just going to explode up and then shrug, just like that. Explode and shrug. So whenever you're doing a hand clean or a power clean, this is the very first movement of that exercise. So it's going to work on that first phase when you shrug up right before you come and catch it. You can do a few more. You want to make sure that you focus on exploding the weight up, shrugging it as fast as you can. Just like that. So this is also great for any athletes that gotta jump. Honestly, it's like the first phase of a vertical jump. It's gonna help you with that. But yeah, so the second variation that we're doing of this exercise, just like the hand clean, we're gonna go a little bit lower. We're gonna be at about right above the knees, so that way we're mimicking the hand cleans that we did before. So same thing. We're gonna go to right above the knees and then explode. So just like the hand cleans, we're gonna do 4 sets of 8 reps each. Obviously, I'm not gonna do all 4 sets right now, but in a program designed for, you know, any athlete starting out, that'd be a good starting point. Now the third variation of this exercise, just like the power cleans that we did, we're gonna start from the ground. So everything's the same, the setup's the same. Make sure your feet are hip width, maybe a little bit wider. Pointing forward, squared up. Your arms are shoulder width apart. Back straight, shoulders retracted. Go straight up and then shrug. Just like that. Specific part of the warm-up, or I guess I should say workout specific, but we're going to do a lot of like dynamic stretches, dynamic warm-ups. Like for example, I'm going to start with some walking lunges to warm up my hips, all my lower limbs pretty much, and I'm going to throw in some rotations to warm up my lower limbs. So I would usually do like 12 each leg for like 2 or 3 sets. But rotate. Just like that, and then I would move on to some more hip mobility, like some leg swings. I would probably do good 30 seconds to a minute on each leg. This really gonna open up your hips as well as your lower back. When you're doing these, you wanna focus on as soon as you're at your highest point, you wanna put all your force into the downwards movement. And then whenever you reach this point, that's when you're stretching your lower back, your hamstrings, and everything. some butt kicks to activate my quads, stretch out my knees, just like so. While I'm doing this, I'm putting my hands palm face out on my hamstrings. I'm gonna try to touch my hands with my heel every time, just like that. Now we can do some hip rotations. I'll probably do a few externally like this. But these, I mean, there's no like specific reps or sets that you should be doing. It's just until whenever you feel your hips are warmed up, you feel comfortable. I'll probably walk back and forth a couple times, go on one way, and then go the other way. Alright. Do some straight leg kicks to activate the hamstrings and our glutes. I'm trying to think what else. We can kind of combine them and do a outboard leg swing like that. And this is really gonna warm up your hips and your hamstrings and everything. You can do them externally and then do a few on the inside as well. Yeah, and then I will just probably finish it off with some simple stretches. I like to stretch out my hamstrings because they tend to get sore a lot. So we'll hold this for like 30 seconds to a minute. And then switch to the other side. How much time are we at? 4 minutes. Okay. Alright, so the next exercise we're doing is hang snatches. It's very similar to the power cleans that we did, the first exercise that we did. It's also a triple extension movement at your ankles, your knees, and your hips. So there's a few main differences that makes this a different exercise than the power clean. So with the power clean, our grip was around shoulder width apart. We're gonna go wider, so we're gonna use these. I always use these on outside rings on the bar. I usually put my index finger on it, and that'll be my placement. But you should try, different wider or narrower, see what fits for you. But typically you would want it to be pretty wide. So we're gonna have our grip. We should really have some weights on the bar, so it's not as low. But for the sake of it, I'll just hold it where it would be, right here. And then we're gonna, or actually no, I'm sorry. The first variation we're gonna do is we're gonna go above the knees, just like a hanky. And then we'll go right above the knees, and then we'll go on the ground. But anyway, we're gonna start right here at our mid thighs, and then just like a power clean, we're gonna explode up. But this time, instead of bringing it up to our what's it called, like our shoulder, we're going overhead. So you're gonna explode up, go into an overhead squat, and then stand up with it. And that's gonna be one rep. So one more time, we're gonna go from mid thighs. Make sure your back is flat, your shoulder blades are retracted. And then you're gonna split up into an overhead squat. And yeah, that's it. So the second variation we're gonna do, we're gonna go low, lower, right above our knees. Just like that. Your setup is the same. Oh, I'm out of breath. All right. So the second variation we're gonna do is we're gonna start right above our knees. So step by step, we're getting closer to the full progression, which is from the ground, which is gonna be from around mid shins. So our setup's gonna be the same. I forgot to mention in the first one, but our feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, Make sure your feet are square, your toes are pointing forward, they're not uneven. I'm gonna grip the bar right at the wings. And then if there were some weights on the bar, you would be right here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the second one. We're gonna go right here, above the knees. And then everything else is the same. So your back straight, shoulder blades retracted. Make sure your head is up too, because usually whenever your head is down, then your shoulder blades are gonna follow your back. It's gonna round up. So make sure everything's flat. You're looking up, athletic position. And then we're gonna go vertically. And then everything else is the same. That wasn't very good, but still one more time. I'm gonna go above the knees, back straight. Just like that. Do one more. You know what, let me get it from this side. Alright, back flat, shoulder blades retracted, right above the knees. And then, if you lean a little too far back, that's what's gonna happen. But anyway, let's move on to the third variation. So, everything else is the same. Gonna keep my grip right where it is. Feet are gonna be shoulder width apart. My toes are pointing forward, squared up. I'm gonna go mid shin. Make sure your back is straight, everything flat. You're gonna go vertical. And then as soon as you hit, above your knees or mid thighs, then that's when you're gonna explode. And then catch it under, stand up with it, low overhead squat. Let's do one from the side. Start right here. Just like that. So that's another main Olympic movement, a staple one. So, but yeah, that's it. Alright, so the next movement we're doing is called the snatch pull. Just like how the hang clean had a pull movement, which was a clean pull, same exact thing with the snatch. The only difference being is going to be our grip, which is going to be the same grip that we had in the hang snatches in the previous exercise. But everything else is the same. So I'm gonna have my snatch grip, wide grip, feet squared, stand up flat, shoulder blades retracted. And then for the first variation, we're gonna start the middle of our hips, right here. And then you're gonna try to keep the bar close and explode through your hips. And then do a fast little shrug, just like that. So this is gonna help build your power and your speed during that first initial phase of the hang snatch, which is the little shrug right before you go up and then catch the bar right under. So let's do a few more. I'll do it from the side. Just like that. Alright. Now, what's the time at? 1 minute. Alright, that's fine. Now the second variation, same thing, but we're gonna get closer and closer to the main, to the full range of motion, which is from the ground. So just like the hang snatches, we're gonna go right above the knees, keep your back flat, and then you're gonna come up, explode through the hips, just like that, and fast little shrug. One more time, right above the knees, come up. Whenever you hit right here at your hips, you want to make sure that you completely explode through your hips while you're doing the shrug movement. It's not just a vertical shrug, you're also exploding through your hips at the same time. But anyway, now the last variation, we're gonna go middle of our shins. Right here, make sure your back is flat, shoulder blades are back. Then you're gonna come up and then shrug. One more time. Up. That's right, just like that. Make sure that you're not rounding your back like that. It's gonna hurt your back over time. And when you're standing up, you wanna make sure you're standing up with your legs and then shrugging. You're not picking it up with your back. You wanna keep the bar close to you the whole time. So that way we don't injure ourselves. Yeah, that's it for that one. Alright, so the next modality that we're working on is with the box. So the next exercise we're gonna be doing is box jumps. We're gonna do 3 different variations. We're gonna start with short height. We're gonna do quick low jumps. Then we're gonna move on to a standard box jump, and then we're gonna do a high box jump. But what this exercise is focusing on is building power through in your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, all the lower body muscles. So the first variation we're gonna do just quick ones. I would say sets of between 30 seconds to a minute of these. So we just hop, just like that. So you would do 30 seconds to a minute, and it works on your fast twitch muscle fibers. And then for the second variation, we're gonna do a standard box jump. So you wanna make sure that, I forgot to mention before, you wanna make sure that when you're setting up for your box jump, your feet are square. You wanna be around 2 to 3 foot length, so usually 2 apart, and then right there. And then we're gonna squat down, and then jump up. Whenever you're jumping, make sure you bring your knees up to your chest. It's gonna help you stick the landing, and then that. So with these, typically the sets wouldn't be timed, whereas the quick ones will be. This will be more like, numbered amount of jumps. You could do 15, 20, stuff like that. And then we'll come back, we'll cut and then come back with the third variation. All right, so the third variation we're doing with the box jumps is a high box jump. So this one we're not gonna set up straight in front of it and just jump up. We're gonna take one step in, dip down, and then jump up. And this is mostly working on your vertical power, rather than like the quick ones or the standard ones. So you wanna take, a couple steps back. You're gonna take one big step. Then stick the landing. One more time. You take one big step. Just like that. We'll do one more. Take one step. And then that'll be the third variation of box jumps. Next part of our lower body plyometrics, we're gonna be doing so we're gonna do 3 different variations. We're gonna go short distance, medium distance, long distance. This is gonna work on agility. It's gonna work on what's the word? Your balance and also your coordination whenever you're landing. Same as the box jumps before. But with the short ones, you wanna pick out I like these because you can use these yard sticks, marks. So we're gonna go. Let's go 2 yards for the first one. So we're gonna start here. And then you're just gonna hop off. 1, try to stick the landing. Just like that. So you would typically do sets of, like, like you could do a time like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, or you could do, 15, 20 reps. And then, just like that. The next one, medium distance, we'll go 3 yards. Or honestly, I should have done 2 yards for the medium, but we're gonna go. I can't even make it 3 yards. Nah, scratch that. All right, so for the next part of our lower body plyometrics, we're gonna do lateral. 3 different variations. So with short distance, medium distance, go to long distance. And then, this exercise is gonna help mainly with your landing mechanics, or your landing laterally. Whereas the box jump works on, your gonna just really focus on the form, the landing. You wanna make sure you stick the landing, just like that. Make sure you keep your back straight, and you keep your feet as square as possible, just like that. And then we're gonna go medium distance, about 1.5 to 2 yards apart. That's what I like doing it here, so I can measure out how far I'm jumping. We're gonna jump from here to that white line. The main part of this exercise is sticking the landing and working on those landing mechanics bilaterally and when you're forced to land with one foot. But then for our third variation, we're going to go longer distance. We're going to go about 2.5 yards apart. If we can make it. On this one, you just go for maximum distance. Try to beat yourself out every time. And yeah, that's it for that one. Alright, so for the next part of our workout, we're going to be working on some abs. Workout on our abs is really important for stability, for balance in every single exercise. So I want to focus a section of the workout just for that. So the first variation, or the first I guess modality that we're doing is we're gonna be hanging off the bar, and I'm gonna do some knee tucks, some straight leg raises, and then we're gonna do some around the world. So I'm gonna be turning my legs, you'll see. And then the second part, we're gonna be on the ground. So first, I'm gonna start with the knee tucks. I'm gonna hang, and I'm gonna do like we would do like 3 to 4 sets of like 10 to 12 reps, but I'm just gonna do one set right now. So while we're doing this, we want to make sure that we're not swinging our body. We're staying slow and controlled. And what's it called? Yeah, you just want to extend all the way on the way down, and then fully squeeze your abs whenever you're crunching up the leg. The next variation we're gonna do straight leg raises. Same thing, we would typically do 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps, but we'll just do one set right now. And then, so this one would work, is gonna work more of the lower abs, versus the knee tucks is gonna work more the midsection to the higher abdominals. The third thing we're gonna do, we're gonna work on our obliques a little bit. We're gonna do some around the world, which we're gonna turn our knees sideways, not sideways, but like in a circular pattern. With this one too, we'll typically do sets of like 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 12 to 15 reps. And yeah, this is gonna work mostly the outside, the obliques. And yeah, now let's move on to the on the ground section. Let's cut the video and then we'll come. All right, so for the on the ground section of our ab workout, we're gonna start with some sit-ups. It's gonna target all of our abdominals, mostly focusing on the lower ones. Then we're gonna move on to some knee tucks, which is gonna target the lower abdominals mainly. And then we're gonna do some Russian twists, which is gonna target our obliques. So the sit-ups, you wanna make sure that when you're lying down, I like to tilt my hips posteriorly, or I'm sorry, anteriorly, and have my back flat. You can either put your hands across your chest, or you can go on the ground or behind your ears. I like to put them across my chest like this. We're gonna sit all the way up and back down. It really helps too if you have a partner that can stand on your toes, so that way you're more stable, your feet aren't going anywhere. We would typically do sets of like 3 to 4 sets of like 12 reps, 15 reps. And then the next one, some knee tucks. I'm gonna put my hands a little farther behind me, legs straight out. We're gonna lift our legs, tuck it in, and then kick straight out. Make sure it's slow and controlled, and you're not jerking your body. Just like that. And then you can kind of speed it up too. But really focus on that squeeze when you're tucking your knees in, and then on the extension. And the next workout we're gonna do is Russian twist. We're gonna work on our obliques. So I'm gonna cross my legs just like this and turn. Really focus on squeezing the obliques every time you turn. And yeah, this one you can either count the amount of reps and do and organize it that way with sets of reps, or you can time it, do 3 or 4 rounds of 30 seconds or a minute. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so for the next part, for the next modality, we're gonna do upper body plyometrics. We're gonna do battle ropes. So what battle ropes helps with is upper body strength, endurance, power, and it's great for conditioning as well. So I'm gonna grab the 2 ends of the battle ropes. First, variation, we're gonna go short, up and down. So whenever you go short, make sure you're that extends the pelvic balance out. Straight, and then we're just gonna go short, up and down. And you're gonna typically do this for anywhere 4 or 5 minutes. It depends. It really depends what your goal is with this exercise. Your goal is conditioning, then a short with a high time frame is gonna be more beneficial for you. But if your main goal is power, then the next variation we're gonna do big swings and we're gonna slam the ropes down, and that's gonna focus on power and more strength rather than endurance. So we're gonna come up. Make sure that your back is flat the whole time, your core is engaged, and you wanna keep your chest up. You really wanna smack the ropes down, and that's how you're gonna go. Alright. Now the next variation we're gonna do is gonna be similar to the first one, but instead of going up and down, we're gonna go side to side. And it's just the goal is the same, the benefits are the same as the first one. It's just in a different movement, different muscles being targeted and whatnot. So you can either go both at the same time, or you can go alternating. And you can mix it up. You can do a minute at the same time. You can do it and then a minute of alternating. Same with the up and down. You can make it a superset. Go like that. All short ones, and then you can go bigger. Yeah, you can play around with it, stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be this segment of our program. Good. All right, so for our next upper body plyometric exercise, we're gonna do explosive push-ups. This is gonna really work on upper body power, also endurance, also coordination a little bit when landing. But we're gonna do 3 different variations. We're gonna start from the easiest to the hardest. So first we're gonna start on our knees, like a knee assistant push. Just like so. Make sure your back is straight. You don't want to curve your back. And you're gonna go down and you're gonna explode out. Just like that. And explode out. You can start with sets of 8, 10, move up to 12, 15. And then once you feel comfortable with this, doing it off of your knees, then we go into a regular push-up position. And we're gonna go down and explode up, just like that. Go down, hold up. Okay. You don't have to stop after each one. Honestly, it's better if you don't stop, because if you stop after each one, you're landing on your arms, which are fully extended. So you kind of want to bounce on it, so that way you're not bouncing on your elbows all stiff with them. But anyway, the third variation is gonna be, we're gonna throw a clap in there. It's gonna be a clap push-up. And this one is gonna go a little more on your coordination, stuff like that. So regular push-up position again. Then go down. And then just like that. You're gonna try to clap and then land back. And those are a little more difficult. So whenever you can comfortably, 12, 15, 20 reps of the second variation, start doing clap. But if you start too soon, you might just face plant, smack your face on the ground. But yeah, that's it for this one. Alright, so the next modality we're going to be working on our balance. Our first exercise, we're going to do toe touches, I guess you could call them. We're going to balance on one foot. First, we're going to start off on the ground, and then we're going to go a little more difficult. We're going to balance on one foot. You're going to try to keep your legs straight, or if you can have it bent, but don't bend it while going down, if that makes sense. Have it in a fixed position. You're going to reach down, push the floor with the same arm. It's a little difficult. And then come back up, and then that's it. Sets of typically 12 to 15 per leg. Switch legs, same thing. Try not to lose your balance. With these ones too, you can give yourself a low penalty, a low punishment if you lose your balance. Add 2 more to your set or something like that. But yeah. And then our second variation, we're gonna do the exact same thing, but we're gonna turn on the foam. The foam's gonna require us to focus a little more on balancing. It's gonna make us a little more unbalanced. It's gonna make it more difficult for our muscle stabilizers. We're gonna balance on the front, push down, come back up, try not to lose your balance. Oh. To be honest, I don't even know if I can do it with that one. But we're gonna see. Same thing with the other leg. Like that. So last, I'll try with, I'm a little scared, I'm not going. Nope. Difficult. You want to try to at least be able to do 15-20 reps comfortably on the foam before you move on to slow yoga move. Or just like that. Obviously, you don't want to lose your balance every single time. But anyway, yeah, that's it for now. Alright, so for our next exercise, we're going to do another balancing exercise. These are going to be toe touches, but instead of touching your toe, you're touching the weight with it. I don't know, I'm making the names up. Anyway, we're gonna have 3. Usually we use cones, like these little orange cones to tap your feet on. But we don't have any cones here, so we're just using some small dumbbells. We're gonna balance on one foot, and then you're gonna touch the top of each dumbbell and come back, just like this. This is gonna work on a lot more coordination rather than the last one, as well as your balance. So you can either go counterclockwise, you can go clockwise, you can go whichever direction you want. You can switch it up. Or better yet, you can have someone that you're working out with. This is gonna work on your reaction. Honestly, that could be another variation. But you could have someone else just tell you, like you can say this is code for cone 1, cone 2, cone 3. Someone tells you 2, you gotta tap 3, you gotta tap. Does that make sense? So you can mix it a little bit of the reaction workout in for that too. But just for the sake of the video, for the first variation, we're just gonna do it on the ground, flat. Second variation, like the last exercise we did, we're gonna throw in the foam, and then we're gonna balance on the floor. Same thing. We gotta move that thing right now. There, there, there. Switch. Same thing on the other side. Alright. Third and last variation. Let's go back in. Same thing, this is just gonna make it harder for you to balance. So it's gonna require more stabilizer. And it's also gonna work out your coordination as well. Just like that. That. And that's it for this one. Alright, so that's the workout. Congratulations, made it this far. Now we're gonna do a little cool down, little stretching to help our body recover after a hard workout. I love to start with the foam rollers. It's great for putting some massage, therapeutic massage type of pressure on the body. I love to start on my back. And honestly, whatever hurts, I'm gonna focus on that more. But we're gonna start with the lower back. I'm gonna curve my lower back a little bit slow. Get in there. You can also hit your axe with this. I like to grab my elbow, bring it across my face, and then focus on that muscle right there. You really want to take your time with this. Slow. If it hurts on a certain muscle part, you probably want to focus on that. And then not where it's ideal, so it's just focus on it to hurt. So I'm great for that. And then I will move on to my legs. Starting with the hamstrings. One leg at a time. Try to put all your body weight on the specific muscle that you're rolling out. So I'm trying to put minimal weight on my arm. I'm trying to put all the weight on my hamstrings just so it can weigh down. I can also use this leg to kind of press it down against the roller. Same thing on this side. You also want different parts. The muscle that I'm targeting. Like if I rotate my leg inside, I can get more muscles like that. Something on the outside. So I'm gonna actually get on my elbow for that. Get on my side and then focus on just outside quad muscle.
I almost cursed her whole thing.
And then we can slowly turn. Get the front part. I love to go with my calves last. I just go from up to down. Start right above your Achilles. And you want to go until you hit your and then we'll just like to rotate my leg. Get the whole muscle rolled out. Then after I will move on to some static stretching while I'm sitting down. Put my legs straight out, touch my toes. With the static stretches, you want to hold it for at least 15, 20, 30 seconds. Just so you get the whole sweat. Now while we're here, we can leg, bring our knee up, and then stretch out our lower back like this. Same thing on this side. Then we can stretch out our glutes because our glutes got worked a lot during this workout, especially with the large jumps and everything else. So I love to cross my legs like this, grab the like this underneath, pull it towards your chin. Typically, if you're, let's say if my right leg is on top, I want to pull it towards the opposite shoulder, which is my left shoulder. And it's going to stretch out, right? We switch. On this side, same thing. Hold it for, between 15 to 30 seconds. And then we can move on to some hamstring stretching. Make sure your knee is completely flat, your heels down. You want to have a dorsiflexed, just so your calf muscle can also stretch out along. Other side. Now we can stretch out our quads. Push this knee out. I'm just gonna stretch out all here. On this side. And then honestly I would finish the cool down segment with going to the sauna because it has a sauna and it's great for it has a lot of benefits. It has a lot of detox benefits. It's gonna help your muscle with inflammation. It's gonna help your body recover faster after workout. But yeah, I think that concludes our video. Thank you for watching. Alright, so as a part of our cool down, we're gonna do some weighted walks. I'm gonna grab 2 kettlebells, show them right there. And then I'm gonna grab them and we're gonna keep our back straight and we're just gonna walk up and down until we get tired. No, we're not gonna walk up and down that. We're gonna just walk on the straight ground. You know what? That could be the different variation. So we're gonna walk on the straight ground, right? And then we could walk up and down some stairs, and then we could walk up that ramp if I can. We're gonna attempt to see how it goes. So this is a great exercise to build your core, to work on your balance, to strengthen your core stabilizers, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to it. So I'm gonna go says 5 yards. I'm gonna go 15 yards and then come back. Alright, so as a part of our cool down, we're gonna do some more ab exercises ish. So we're gonna start with some weighted walks. I'm gonna grab these kettlebells and I'm gonna walk 15 yards down and 15 yards back. So that'll be 30 yards in total. I would probably do that, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. But you wanna make sure that you're taking your time with this. You're not just speed walking up and down. You wanna take slow and controlled steps. This is great for building your abdominal muscles and your stabilizers, and it's good for your hips as well, and it's good to build your balance up too. So we're gonna walk 15 yards there, 15 yards back, and then after we'll probably go up and down the stairs. That's gonna work on our quads and our glutes a lot more, and then we might attempt to do that ramp in the middle. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. That was the first little variation. Let's move closer. We're gonna go up and down the stairs, and then I'll go up and down like once or twice, and then we'll see about that ramp in the middle. We'll see how it goes. So I forgot to mention, but this one and the ramp in the middle, going down them specifically, is great for your knees, building the low ligaments and stabilizers in your knees. So yeah, we're gonna cut and then come back for that other one because I need a break. All right, so for the last variation of this little part of our cool down, we're gonna go up and down this ramp. We're gonna take every step slow and controlled. I'll do 2 variations for these. I'll do one, we're gonna do bear crawls. For this one, we're just focused on the way up. We're not gonna bear crawl our way down. We're just gonna bear crawl up and then walk back down. And then we will just take some regular steps up and down. But yeah, so first with the bear crawl, we're gonna go slow and controlled, and then you could also go fast, but we will save that for another time. All right, and then for the second little variation, we'll just walk up and down. So this exercise is also great for building strength and stability in your ankles as well as your knees. So I love to throw these in to my workouts. But yeah, that's it.